is up, people? This is WWE Breakdowns, and we are reviewing the May 14th edition, or no, not May, April? Or in April?
April,
Yeah,
yeah, April
wrong month.
13th.
I don't know how to tell time. April 14th, 2026 edition of Raw, the week before WrestleMania. And I believe we started out with, it was Brock Lesnar's walk out to the ring to sign the contract, I believe.
Yeah, he basically signed the contract as soon as he got in the ring, and then Paul Heyman said a bunch of stuff that was kind of relevant.
And for some reason they're doing, I get why they're doing it, but it also, like, of all times to do it, this is fucking lame because, like, you want a brawl before WrestleMania, but they were doing them individually. Instead of having Oba and him come out at the same time to sign the contract, they had them come out by themselves.
I feel like maybe they just didn't want to like keep it repetitive, even though it wasn't repetitive because people wanted to see it. But
Yeah, it's
maybe,
it's funny
maybe
because
that's why.
they think that when, like, what do you call it, when people actually want to see it done on repeat, but then the one time they don't think this way when people don't want to see it, but when they do this time, they're like, oh, let's not. Mm.
Yeah, like when we wanted Roman to win the title 15 times, and they were just like, duct tape Kevin Owens' feet, win the last man standing match. Yeah, there we go. Good. Not good. We did get a little clip of the Vision training I Show Speed for the upcoming six-man tag match. Um, I don't really care how much you train him. You're going up against the Usos and LA Knight. Like, it's not happening, man. I'm sorry. My opinion is not happening. I don't. Oh, what do you think? You think I Show Speed's got a chance against the three of them? If they were to take out Logan Paul and Austin Theory,
No.
no. Charlotte Flair and Lara Valkyria is next, building on the feud that's going to be the Fatal Four Way. But it was just them two. This match was pretty good, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Lyra Valkyria and Charlotte Flair work very well together.
Right.
Uh, it ended with Flair throwing Lyra into Bailey, um, which led to when Flair had a roll up, Bailey sweeping her leg, allowing Lyra to get some sort of roll up as well, and then score a win. So that was not what I expected. It's nice because Bailey and Lyra seem like that team where it's like, yeah, we're baby faces and you like them, but if we want to fucking win, we're gonna figure this shit out. Like like Lyra did that a few weeks ago when she held down, I think it was Lash Legend's foot while Bailey got the pin. So it's an interesting dynamic, I think.
Yeah, and then, like, basically I just kind of liked how at the end they were just kind of beefing about, then, like, damn near coming to blows.
They were just kind of shoving each other, but there
Yeah.
was no brawl. I expected a brawl, but they were just kind of like, nah, we're just gonna push each other around and
That's where they fucked up. They definitely should have just did a brawl.
Then we see LA Knight and the Usos talking about the video package of I Show Speed, like training for his match. But the MFTs walk up, and the Solo says that the Usos are making the family look bad by hanging with this clown, meaning LA Knight. Solo, your own family is making themselves look bad because you guys don't know whether you're friends or not.
Right.
Where is Tomatonga? He wasn't there. He wasn't with you.
Well, that'll
No?
change.
Okay. Uh, but LA says any three of you come out and we'll see you in the ring. And apparently, LA Knight is Adam Pierce and now makes matches for the card because he just challenged him to a match. And It seems to be on Raw. When people challenge people to a match, it somehow gets made. But when we're on SmackDown, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to Nick Aldis and I'm gonna get us a match. Does Nick Aldis not watch the show, but Adam Pearce does?
No, it's. I think maybe it's like Nick Aldis is like, I make the fucking decisions around here, bitch. I'm the king.
Well, because you hear everybody on SmackDown, I'm gonna go talk to Aldis. On this show, they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna see you in the ring in like
They're like,
35 minutes, and
they're
there
like
it is.
Pierce is a bitch. I don't care what he wants.
I mean, maybe. I mean, he does get very angry, like, but I don't know, he doesn't swing.
That's fair.
Um, then we get Stephanie Vaquer coming out to the ring, and as Kathy Kelly is asking the first question, Liv Morgan attacks her and literally obliterates Kathy Kelly. Poor lady. She's not a wrestler. She's not a competitor. She didn't deserve that.
Always funny. I mean, what?
But they are separated pretty quickly, and Liv grabs the mic and says, I knew your mother was trash, but I didn't know she raised a little bitch.
Which was fucking hilarious, if I might say.
And then, more Stephanie yells something in Spanish. Too fast for me to even attempt to translate. Uh they keep breaking free and they're attacking each other. Liv's got this gigantic bump on her head that looks like someone freaking, if you popped it, it would just look crazy.
That thing is freaking like purple. She's bruised up.
Yeah, I mean, I heard her and Roxanne were in concussion protocol, but if she's on the show, clearly they're good now. Maybe it's just a scar or something. I don't know.
I don't think she got a concussion. She got a mild bump on her head. Like,
Yeah, they just hit heads, and then she got thrown into a television. That's fine.
I wonder, did we ever figure out which part specifically it was that caused the bump?
So what I read online on her Instagram was that it was when their heads hit. I guess Roxanne has a bump too, but she didn't post. I don't think Roxanne posted anything, or maybe I just don't follow her. I don't know. But yeah, it was definitely when the heads hit, from what I've read in multiple different places.
Right.
So,
Word. All right.
which is crazy that two heads colliding can do that to you.
Oh, they definitely can.
You would think that would have been the TV spot just because how big the bump was, but
right.
Either way. So yeah, they keep breaking free. They're brawling. Stephanie gets the upper hand by, looking like she's gonna pull her hair out, and a normal woman's brawl. We get those every once.
It was way more vicious than that.
Yeah.
I swear, I think when Stephanie threw an elbow at her, I think it was Stephanie, she actually hit her in the face with it. I don't think, some of it felt like they were shoot fighting, I'm not going to lie. Especially after she said what she said about her mama.
Oh, yeah, and Liv looked pissed too, so, I don't know, there's definitely some real feelings in there. So, WrestleMania, they're having their match on Saturday, so they're getting their match sooner. It's definitely going to be a good match. It's definitely going to be interesting to see who walks away with that one. We get a backstage interview with Io, and the Kabuki Warriors show up, and Asuka says, "This time last year you were champ, and now you're just Rhea Ripley's sidekick," which, to be fair, is true. Let's be honest.
I mean, yeah, but they also were just tag team champions, so it's not really like a sidekick. She's her former partner, former tag team champion.
I mean, Asuka's also just kind of an asshole at this point.
Talking shit because, Asuka, when was the last time you were tag team champion with your supposed friend?
Yeah, exactly. So, and this is the point where it really comes out. Io tells Kairi, you don't need to listen to her. You don't need to listen to this. And Asuka says, Kairi is always loyal to her senpai, and she'll prove it tonight against you. Now, I don't know Japanese things that well, but doesn't senpai mean Is senpai boss or is senpai like your lover?
It's more like usually like a teacher, an elder.
Okay. So apparently Asuka's the teacher and or elder to Kyrie, but I'm I don't know. And then she's standing there and she's like, "Oh yeah, you're right, my senpai." And I'm just like, "All right, well, let's just move on." Okay.
Yeah. It's like a school thing. I guess it's like a senior classmate or like a mentor or an upperclassman. So like someone you admire more or less to
Yeah,
like
I've
teaches you.
seen I've seen some people play those Chillo's art games, and it's like Japanese stuff, and I've seen that name in there a few times. So I didn't know what it meant. Um, Now it is time for the Usos and LA Knight versus MFT. The MFT tonight is consisting of Solo Sikoa, GC Mateo, and um, Tongaloa. Talatonga was outside the ring at ringside because he either didn't bring his gear or his face paint, or they just wanted Solo to wrestle. I don't know. This match it wasn't bad. There's a lot of high flying spots by the Usos, which it's fun to see. We like to see that.
Which only
Uh,
thing that was weird to me is didn't these motherfuckers hate him like 5 minutes ago, and then they were friends with him again, and then they hated him again? I'm just like LA Knight. Who do you hate the Usos or do you love the Usos?
I think this is when Jey Uso was on like his like basically looked like he was addicted to drugs. He seemed to have mellowed out a little bit, so they're fine now. I don't know. I feel like Jimmy's obviously the nicer brother, but like I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's just funny. I get maybe liking Jimmy still, but Jay was a douchebag too for a hot minute.
Yeah, he was. And I know Jimmy was trying to be like, "Hey, let's not be a jerk," but Jay's just kind of an ass sometimes. I mean, he flies off the handle, even just a
Mini
small bit. He's just a dick.
Mini Roman, as they say.
And yeah, well, that maybe. And this is where it gets strange. Tamatonga shows up out of the crowd with sunglasses on and a black shirt, like he wasn't supposed to be there. And Solo's like, "Bro, where were you?" And he doesn't say anything. He just stares at him for the whole remainder of like the match, and then like for 2 minutes after that, he just stares at him.
Yeah, that was weird.
But the distraction. I don't know what I just said. Did allow LA Knight to hit the BFT, putting GC Mateo, Usos, and Knight pick up the win. And I mean, obviously, so on SmackDown, right? There's a 8-man street fight. Is Tamatonga in this street fight with the Wyatts, or is it Talatonga? Because Tamatonga don't seem to want to be part of the feud with the Wyatts. He's the one who said, "Let's return this lantern."
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully this concludes this rivalry because it's been going on way too long.
Definitely have.
Oh, now we get our boy Gunther coming down to the ring because he wants to talk about Seth Rollins.
Yes.
He grabs the mic and then is attacked by Seth Rollins. And I'm gonna be honest, this promo was good until Gunther got back in the ring. And it's not because Gunther is not good. He's not really that good on the mic. But that's not why. It just, I don't know. He just didn't have any interesting to say.
Yeah, the whole thing didn't feel right. Even Seth's like wasn't that great for him, especially.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, it's so rushed. because apparently the original plan was for Gunther to fight Rey Mysterio and retire him, but apparently Rey Mysterio was injured,
But
so they
Ray's
did
back.
this, and now Rey's not injured. Rey was faking it because he doesn't want to fight Gunther, and I don't blame him. Maybe he wasn't faking it. I'm just
Hey,
this is just things I've seen. I don't know.
he's like, he ain't retiring me. Fuck that shit.
People were like, "Don't you think it's weird that like Rey Mysterio was hurt? Then he did this feud with Seth Rollins, and then later he came out and now he's part of this ladder match." I mean, yeah, but like, does I feel like Rey Mysterio has seniority. Like, if he didn't want to fight Gunther, he probably just was like, "No, put me somewhere else." And they were like, "Oh, we have this," and he's like, "I'll do it."
Fair.
Ray's been there for a long time, long time. But yeah, Rollins tells him that that's his receipt for attacking him 2 weeks in a row, and he did. Was it two? Yeah, it's 2 weeks in a row. And he said at WrestleMania he finishes the job. Rollins also tells him that it's personal, and just you're if you're not just doing it to get a favor from Heyman, come down to the ring and look me in the eye and tell me when you want to face me at WrestleMania. I am no genius, but Gunther seems to like to retire people,
Mm.
and I heard that Brock Lesnar's retiring this year. And if Gunther gets this favor, it's probably going to be a match against Brock Lesnar
Potentially. Potentially.
because Brock Lesnar is supposed to be retiring at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I could see
So,
that. Because, like, what else would he be getting?
exactly, there's nothing else that he would want. Did you want to retire Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman's not wrestling. You don't give a shit about him.
Oh, maybe he can retire fucking Logan Paul.
Oh, we can only wish. I don't know. It just seems like Brock Lesnar is, he's the career killer, and Brock Lesnar's the next one, I guess. Rey Mysterio doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. That's probably why he didn't want this match. So I don't know.
Although he does
But
still get
Gunther
injured
showed
quite a bit.
what?
Said although he does just seem to get injured a bit now.
Yeah, yeah. He's up there with Sheamus. Sheamus been injured for like a year now, and he's been getting injured quite a bit.
Sheamus just probably has so much money now. He's like, I don't even care.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm a Sheamus fan.
Right.
Uh,
He's done good for
but
himself for sure.
yeah. Gunther comes back down, showing that he has a set of balls, and he tells Seth that you strut around here like you're the best, but you're not the best because I'm the best.
Because I'm the
And
best.
he says, he says it's personal, and I'm gonna set the record straight and prove that Seth Rollins can't lace my boots. Gunther, my boy, Seth Rollins been there a long time.
This is
If
true.
there's anyone's boots he can lace, one of them is definitely yours. Um, so he pushes Rollins after this, and they attack, and then Rollins attacks him, and he goes for a power bomb. Seth Rollins reverses it with a kick. He goes for a stomp on the steps, and Gunther runs away into the crowd because I don't know. That's where he went.
Because
And
he's a
then possibly the most exciting thing of the night was a video package of white smoke turning red with a heartbeat. And then we get a little shot of the demon close up, and then it cuts to Dominic Mysterio.
said,
He's
speaking of being a
complaining that
bitch.
what?
I said, speaking of being a bitch.
He's complaining to Adam Pearce that Rey Mysterio is getting a shot at the IC title. His IC title
But you lost.
that you lost. And he's claiming that he signed a contract to fight Finn Balor, not the demon. And he even said that Balor told him the demon was dead.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
you woke it up.
yeah, exactly.
You guys sat there and assaulted him for the past like 3 weeks and expected what? Nothing?
I thought he would just like get over it.
You guys jumped him, kicked him out of the group, and then assaulted him during his entrance.
Nah,
Uh,
you deserved it.
well, Pierce tells him to go look in the mirror, and you'll see why your dad deserves a shot and why you're getting exactly what you deserve. And
Ooh, got him.
I'm just gonna say the last time we saw the demon, his track record wasn't too great.
This is true.
He got screwed over because some people don't know how to tighten ropes, apparently. And yeah, that was the last time.
Wasn't the only other time he won against Samoa Joe, basically?
Yeah, he's lost twice to Roman and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe actually beat him clean though, which was strange. I don't know why. So Kyrie Sane versus Io Sky is next. Like I said, when people challenge people to matches, they just happen because Adam Pearce says, "I don't care. It's time to fill and put it on my show."
Right.
Asuka comes down, and while Io had her legs wrapped up in the rope, kind of looked like a half tree of woe thing, but she was outside the ring. Asuka slammed her head into the post, which caused Rhea Ripley to come out and goes to hit Riptide, but Jade Cargill comes out and attacks her. Jade, I just want to know how you got it there so quick wearing those atrocious high heels.
She's always wearing some ugly ass boots or heels or some shit.
I mean, personally, I've never walked in high heels, but I've seen people who do. And how do you run in them? That's all I want to know.
Oh, did you hear recently her trying to deny the steroid accusations, getting all mad at the WWE? Trying to, I think she tried to make it a racial thing, like, oh, because I'm black or whatever, or something, just like that. I'm just like, bro, it's not because of any of that. It's because you're on fucking
Mm.
steroids.
Yeah, look at you, bro. Like, come on. Like, there's, I mean, some of those women look pretty muscular. Like, I can see muscles on Rhea Ripley, but she doesn't look like she went to the 2026 bodybuilder competition and ate everyone.
There's a reason why
Okay.
she had to get fake tits to hide her man chest.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. And she looks like she got a BBL too.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, girl, everything else on you is fucking fake. Why would I believe you when you say you don't do steroids?
Exactly. There's no way that you don't.
And she'll probably lie about all that shit too. Nuh-uh, I totally don't get lip filler and cheek filler. Nuh-uh, I totally don't get ass filler. Nuh-uh, my boobs aren't fake.
And girl, the fact that you're married, I just want to know how.
Because some men like
Uh,
vaginas with big dicks.
Ugh. Thank you for the image. Anyway, Io Sky takes out Jade Cargill, and she goes for an over the moonsault, but she gets pushed off by Asuka, and Kyrie rolls her up for the win. Like, Asuka, are you friends with her or are you not? You sit there and you abuse the poor girl, and now you're helping her win matches. I don't understand the motive, the point, or the problem. Anyway, we see Adam Pearce and Triple H call out Obafemi down to sign the contract. He signs it quickly, same as Lesnar. And then Triple H points to the ramp, and there is Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman sits there and he tells Obafemi he hasn't seen anyone rise as quick as him except for Brock Lesnar. He hasn't seen anyone this violent in the company since Brock Lesnar. Basically, he just sits there and just tells that Obafemi that he's the exact same as Brock Lesnar when Brock Lesnar debuted. And he tells him on Sunday it all comes crashing down. Everything he built comes crashing down at the hands of Brock Lesnar, courtesy of an F5. And then he goes, there's no shame in this loss. After you lose, my door's always open for you. Paul, if you're aligned with his opponent and he loses, why would he come to you? I, that's just confusing. Obafemi tells him he's taking everything. It is taking everything for him not to come up there and beat his ass. And the crowd was actually chanting "beat his ass," which was funny because you know why wouldn't they?
Right. Which I was
Um,
hoping that maybe he would try to go get Paul Heyman, and then that there would be some type of brawl between him and Brock after that.
that's what I was thinking. But as he kept talking, I was like, yeah, Brock probably already fucking like went home. Like he probably already just like bye,
He said, "Who
deuce.
the fuck you think I am, staying for the whole show?"
Obafemi tells the crowd that he can't beat up Paul Heyman because the physical scars will heal, but the mental scar of his beast getting put down at WrestleMania won't. He said, "You start an open challenge and didn't care who answered it because there's 25 years of Brock Lesnar not being beat, but I proved in 4 weeks that he can be beat." Shots fired, first of all.
Right.
Second of all, he's not wrong. Like, Brock Lesnar's always posed this like unbeatable beast. And in a month, this dude made him look like nothing. Like, but not necessarily nothing, but like made it look like anyone on any night can just go in there and just beat this guy, and
Right.
it's not a big deal. Um, he says that WrestleMania he will win because he's the one. He says, "I'm the one. I know it. They know it, and at WrestleMania you will know it too." And this ends the promo,
Talking
which
all that
as
shit.
yeah, he's talking all that shit, all that smack. Um, then we get Javon Evans and Dragon Lee versus Rusev and JD McDonough. This I guess is to hype us up for the ladder match. This match actually wasn't bad. This was had a lot of high flying in it, and it was just entertaining. And
As it usually is with him.
yeah, Javon Evans is always there for it.
So there's always bouncy.
Dragon, yeah, the boy's bouncy. Boy is bouncy. Dragon Lee hits the Styles Clash to get his team the win, which thank you, because AJ, I miss him. Um, and then Rusev comes in and starts attacking them. He goes to put the accolade on Dragon Lee, but Rey Mysterio comes down. He goes for the 619, but it is reversed with a clothesline. And I kind of like this because you think like, oh, this guy's coming down to like save him. It's gonna be, Rusev gets beat down. No, no. Rusev said no. And then Penta comes down and he gets put down with a Machka kick. Rusev is just going crazy.
They said, "Don't forget, I'm big as shit. I may not be able to jump around, but I'll fuck you up with a kick."
Yeah. And then when Evans goes for the OG cutter, it's another kick. Rusev, he just goes crazy and literally starts kicking everybody. But Dragon Lee gets a big one, and then he locks him in the accolade. And why do you have what did something happen with Dragon Lee? I missed.
He's tiny and it's fun to beat him up.
I was gonna say, you know what, that's probably what it was, but I thought maybe I was wrong. But I don't think I. Oh, we get Danhausen backstage. He shows up while Pierce is on the phone and says that he's undefeated and is a future Hall of Famer. And since he's considered the new greatest of all time, he wants to talk to John Cena. For some reason, he thought John Cena was on the phone.
Right. Even though they were
I,
talking about him, so why would he be talking about John Cena to John Cena?
exactly. So Pierce tells him he's on the phone. I think he said with Paul. Was it Paul? Was it a Paul? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misheard. Anyway, when Pierce turns around to like tell him like it's not what you think, he's gone. He disappeared.
He's John Cena.
They
He can't
they did
stop.
all that makeup for him to show up for 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. He did steal the John Cena taunt, which I don't know. Like you can't even be mad when Danhausen does stuff because he's funny. He's our truth, but
With a funny
less
accent.
wrestling. Yeah, that too. Yeah. I wasn't big on him when he first joined because I didn't know like his character at all because I don't watch all elderly wrestling, but it's not bad. But now out comes Roman Reigns, the OTC, the yeah, you already know who the hell he is.
The
Um,
guy who only shows up once a year.
yeah, that game. Right after Reigns tells the crowd to acknowledge him, CM Punk comes out, but he comes out of the crowd and he's taking pictures and signing autographs, basically saying, "You're gonna wait for me, bitch," because yeah. So Punk tells him he's gonna tell his story and his truth, and tells Roman to tell me when I'm telling you lies, and you're gonna hear that a lot during this promo. But Roman tells Punk if you get in the ring, we're not gonna need these mics. So he says, "All right, I'll stand right here on the apron," and tells him why he hates him. Hates him because when he was a kid, he wanted to be a wrestler. Roman was born into it. He was mad that Roman was champion for so long and how many times he's made it under WrestleMania. And he hates that he feels this way. And then, like we said earlier, he apologizes for saying his father's name in vain as he steps in the ring. This is the match. We don't apologize to people for things that we said.
Punk's
You
always
get punched in
been
the face.
he's a soft little liberal.
He says he envies the fact that he wasn't born into a wrestling family like a dynasty, and he said he's gone through the indies and traveled the world and made those people his family. And he keeps repeating, "Tell me when I'm telling lies." And he said Sunday night is gonna be the ending to WrestleMania, holding gold above my head, and the ring announcer and the crowd chanting CM Punk. And for the last time says, "Tell me when I'm telling lies." So you look at this promo, all right? CM Punk talked for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. Roman talked for, I don't know, a minute and a half. I don't think Roman Reigns is trusted on the mic.
Yeah, I
And
wouldn't.
why do you think he had Paul Heyman for so long?
And now that he doesn't, I don't know that they're like, what do we do? He sucks. He's boring.
And there's so much that they don't want to give away at this match, which I get because it's a big WrestleMania match. It really is. But Roman's not a promo. He's not a promo guy. And
No, he's not.
when he says what he says, which we're gonna get to, it doesn't have an effect that it would have if like Paul Heyman said it.
Mhm.
He literally says, Roman literally tells him, "That's probably the truest stuff I've ever heard you say up until the end." He's hated Punk for a long time, but he hates Punk because of his relationship with the fans. Roman Reigns hates CM Punk because his relationship with the fans. The guy who gets the biggest pops every time he comes out, who they chant OTC at, hates CM Punk for his relationship with the fans.
To be fair, when Punk this time around, Punk is pretty much mogging this dude with his aura. He's like, he's getting way more of a reaction than he is at the moment. I feel like.
And I think that all comes down to CM Punk knows how to work the crowd. Roman Reigns has no idea how to work the crowd. Um, but I guess what he says kind of makes sense. He's like, Roman says when I leave, I hope they chant me for 10 years straight.
Right.
And he's like, that's the truest thing you got going for you is the fans. And he said, I gave you 2 months to hold this relevancy down. You did nothing with it. Um, what?
I don't
He
know.
did
I
more than
just feel
you
like
did.
it's been pretty popping since he came back.
That's what I'm saying. He's been up there.
Him and Cody have been
And
carrying that shit.
exactly. Cody is not doing half good as as CM Punk.
I feel like that's just the internet fans though, because like every fucking town that he goes into, pretty much, except for like one or two, he's getting cheers and cheers. Like especially because
That is
Cody also knows how to work the crowd. He gets them on his side even when they boo him on the way out or the way in.
that is true. He was getting booed. I feel like in his feud with McIntyre, and I feel like that's just because people want McIntyre to win, which they got. So why?
And McIntyre was right with almost all of the shit that he was saying, so it kind of was hard to hate on him.
Yeah, uh, that is very true. I, McIntyre is not wrong when he says things. People just don't like it because he's right.
I love McIntyre. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, honestly. And then he says on Sunday, the tribal chief takes back over. Excuse me. And you, along with the whole world, will acknowledge me. And they end Raw with a stare down. And yeah, that's where we leave off with Roman Reigns thinking that he gets the last word and is cool. But
Roman Reigns
that
is
was
cool. I
our
mean, what?
yeah.
Oh, where did that come from? Who said that?
That was our Raw going into WrestleMania. But WrestleMania aside, what do you think the show earned as a rating?
I'm honestly, I want to go low. I don't know. I feel like maybe 6.5 to 7. This shit was mid.
I I feel like they're building up. I don't know. I think it was just the lack of matches that just didn't really make sense.
And yeah,
Like,
that was that. And then like all the spots they could have done something cool with like a brawl, they didn't do. Or like I don't know. And then the fucking promo at the end with the apologizing, and instead of doing a super heated promo, everything felt turned down, bro. It's supposed to be turning up for WrestleMania, and they just went from like the last few weeks were like 90 miles an hour to like 50 out of nowhere. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
yeah, we went from like really strong to just kind of like,
And I think maybe I'm just biased because like it really was so good the last few weeks. But
it really was. And I don't know. Ever since Pat McAfee, it's just gone down. I don't. I don't necessarily hate the Pat McAfee angle, but I don't necessarily think that it makes sense.
he's working at the best he can for something that is clearly stupid. But I'm just like, this it sucks.
I just can't help but think that it was supposed to be somebody else, and that other person just couldn't make it, and they just kind of were like, "Oh well, we have to follow up on this now," and we got Pat McAfee,
Yeah, it could be that too.
and it's because he was the only one available, whatever it was. It's just, I guess it makes sense now that it's been explained
Right.
in a way, but it's still just not good. All right, well, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. It was some of the matches too, just were not good.
Yeah.
Io Sky and Kyrie Sane was very long and drawn out, and I hate to say it because they're both so good, but it didn't need to be that long. It wasn't there. To end the way it did, I think is my problem.
Mm-hmm.
You have such a good long match, and then you end it because someone else interfered, and I understand, but I just hate when that shit happens.
One of the good parts was definitely like the Livid and Vicar angle. That shit was pretty cool. That's what I'm saying. That
That
was
was
probably the best part of the night, honestly.
Yeah, interestingly enough, the CM Punk and Roman Reigns promo was not the banger of the night like it has been the past couple weeks. This one was just meh, mid. I don't know. Did you think it was good, or am I being too harsh?
It felt lame. It felt soft.
Seth Rollins and Gunther was just confusing. AJ Lee and Becky Lynch haven't built on their feud in 3 months, or I'm sorry, like 3 weeks. Uh, we don't even know if it's going to be a triple threat or a fatal four way for the women's tag team titles because Becky or Nia Jax can't stop injuring people for 2 weeks. They're building up Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley on Raw when it's a SmackDown feud. It was just all over the fucking place. The only thing that made sense was the Usos and LA Knight teaming up so they can get some like continuity before their match.
Right.
And maybe Rusev kicking everybody because he's trying to prove that he's dominant and wants to be Intercontinental Champion. That's about it.
Pretty much.
Obafemi and Brock Lesnar signing contracts separately was meh. The Demon little promo was cool. Dom's being a little bitch like usual. It's just but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just. If you guys want to scooch over onto our YouTube channel, though, we are going to be doing WrestleMania previews. We're going to be breaking down night one, night two, and yeah.
And if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments below. Peace.
Deuces.